Hello and welcome to Firearm Freedom. This is going to be my first impressions video of the Yugo M92 PAP here. This AK pistol is probably going to rank up into my favorites in the collection. Today's first impressions range day went so good. It was awesome from start to finish with this little pistol here. Right away, really quick, I just want to go over the changes that I made to the PAP right when I got it. So the first thing I did was get this Kak Blade Adapter from US Machine Gun. I was amazingly surprised with how sturdy this lockup is here that goes underneath the Yugo MPAP pistol grip. I got this entire setup as one. I think it was like $149 from US Machine Gun. And it came in set up. Now, if you guys are wondering, I did not put the castle nut on backwards. That was actually done from US Machine Gun. It just arrived like that. I was going to try to take the buffer tube out of the little adapter here and then switch it so that it was in the proper positioning, but the buffer tube itself was super tight in there, and I figured, you know what, it does not matter anyways because the castle nut really is just fine sitting the way that it is. Everything is just sturdy enough. I have no problems with it. The blade itself is extremely sturdy, and the entire setup just really makes this pistol awesome. Moving on to the front, the only other attachment that I threw on was this CNC Warrior 4-piece Bulgarian style brake. I had no problems putting this on. I had to do a little bit of hammering to get the detent to work properly, but I have to say, guys, this little brake is awesome. It will reduce the flash to a very good amount. I maybe saw a flash like 1 or 2 times, but it was nothing extreme. Those of you who have the PAP or have shot one before know that the flash that comes out of it when it does not have a brake on, the flash is really ridiculous. It's like a total fireball, which is awesome, but if you don't want that or you want to direct some of the concussion forward, these 4-piece Bulgarian brakes really do a great job of directing everything forward. The only downfall to this brake is it obviously does not reduce the recoil at all. It just kind of shoves the recoil back towards you instead of dispersing it around. So it's kind of a plus and a minus with that brake. But running with the gun, doing drills, everything it works so well, guys. The bolt itself is just so smooth. Everything is chrome plated, so everything is super smooth, really easy to work, and it's awesome. The safety itself was a little tight at first, but it is working itself in. I made a point to purposely try to manipulate the safety more than normal to help break it in, and that's very normal with AKs. The safety is generally going to be fairly tight. The trigger itself is actually awesome. You have a 2-stage trigger here. Here is your take up here. So a little bit of take up, then you hit your wall right about there, and then a break. It's a super light trigger. I mean, crazy light. And here is your reset here. So it just goes right out to the right spot, and then your break again. So it is a 2-stage, but it almost feels like a single stage. It's extremely light. It's so compact and sweet. You guys know I love AKs, and the M92 here is no exception. This thing is awesome. I will say, after some mag dumps and rapid fire, the forend obviously will get hot. It doesn't do a phenomenal job to reduce the heat that's felt through here, but there's not really a way to get around that unless you choose different heat shield options for the forend. And finding different forends for the M92 can be a little bit difficult. There are forends out there, but again, you have to do some looking. I shot 200 rounds through this little pistol, and all of that was Red Army standard. Half of it was this 124 grain Full Metal Jacket boat tails, which I believe Century just came out with a little bit ago. They definitely had some type of a coating on the individual cartridges. And then the bulk of what I shot other than that was this 122 grain, just standard steel case Full Metal Jacket. Here were 3 individual groups that I decided to take. Now, obviously, guys, you could see that the point of aim difference for each of these at 25 yards is fairly extreme. I don't think that was from the pistol being hot or anything like that. I just simply think that the sighting was just off, and I did not have anything to adjust the sight. Unfortunately, I didn't have anything to adjust the front sight with me. I forgot the front adjustment front sight adjustment tool that I had. The accuracy of this little PAP was just fine for me, getting about 1 inch kind of groups at that distance, and this was obviously just slightly bench resting. It was nothing crazy. I had some sandbags and that was about it. Just very practical accuracy. I tried 5 different types of magazines. We have the Polish mags here, and those worked fine. Actually, all the magazines worked 100%. I have an older Polish magazine here. I have obviously the Bulgarian waffle mag, that worked fine, and then we have the Yugo mag with the bolt hold open, that worked fine, and then also the Magpul mags, those worked 100%. This is the first gen Magpul mags where it's all polymer up here. I've had no problems with them. Overall, this little pistol has shot awesome, like so fun to shoot. I can't get over how awesome it was. Now, it was only 200 rounds, but I experienced no reliability, and I don't know if you guys have ever had that gun before, that just, it feels when you shoot it from round 1 to whatever, that it's just going to be that like go to hell and back gun, and that definitely is how this little M92 felt to me. I mean, I did not have any thought in my mind that it was going to have any issues or anything like that. It ran like a champ the whole day, which was awesome. So I'm really excited to further the testing in the future and put, quite a bit more rounds through it. All of the shooting on the PAP, if you're not familiar with it, the front sight has a standard AK front sight there, and then you also have this little flip up thing with the white paint. I never use that. I actually hate that sight. It's really not great for me. I can't seem to even pick it up very well. And so I just use the standard AK sight, but that's obviously up to you. The rear sight is fine. I shot with the 200 yard sight. It only has a 200 and a 400 yard or meter or whatever it's set up for. And so I shot with a 200 today, and it worked well. I will say that normally I'm fine with how skinny this sight is in the rear, but on the PAP here, it is definitely a little bit too skinny, to the point where it's very difficult to see anything over your front sight here. So it took some getting used to. Once I did, it was fine. But in the future, I might open that up just a tiny bit with the Dremel to just make it a little bit easier. Overall, guys, I'm going to finish this video out now. This thing was awesome. Can't wait to do some further shooting on it. Be sure to click the links down in the description. It'll take you to my Instagram and Facebook account. On my Instagram, I'm actually doing daily posts now, so if you guys want to continually get updated on cool guns that I get in, cool guns I get into the shop, or just random things that I want to take pictures of, be sure to go ahead and give those a follow. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more great videos to come soon.